Hey everybody, Zach here. I just got done eating a meal of flax and chia crackers with the raw vegan fermented sunflower cheese that I made last week, and it was so incredible that I feel inspired to share with you all how to make these flax and chia crackers. It is probably the easiest raw vegan recipe that there is, besides eating a fruit or a vegetable or something. So in terms of prepared food, this is as simple as it gets. There's about 2 steps. So I got some of the final product right here. I'm going to show you guys so you can get excited about it. Okay, so here are the chia. Better angle here. You can tell just by looking at it that it is just a bunch of chia seeds stuck together. And that might seem pretty fancy, but it is extremely easy to get this to happen. And then here are the flax. And they've got an awesome crunch to them. They're, depending on how thick you make them, they're real easy to dip. The thin ones will crack easily, obviously. But that is the simplest method there, and all I did to produce that was I soaked some chia seeds. So this is just chia seeds and spring water. This jar started out with 2 cups of chia, so it wasn't very much. And then once you add water, they soak up the water, and they become they get covered in like a gelatinous layer. So this is basically a big jar of gooey chia seeds at this point. I just stir it, and then every 10 minutes or something, add more water, and then stir it again, and then keep going, and then now I've wound up with a full mason jar of hydrated chia seeds. And the same occurs with flax. They both create that gelatinous layer, and that's what gives them the ability to be formed into these crackers, because once you dry them out, that gelatinous substance will harden up and make all the seeds stick together. So the simplest way, the way that I produced those crackers there, is really as simple as just get one of my dehydrator trays. Just pour them on. It's probably a good amount. And then take some type of spatula or similar device, or similar tool, and spread it around. And this is a dehydrator sheet. These can be made in the oven if you don't have a dehydrator, but that's kind of sad because it's going to damage a lot of the nutrients, and especially the omega fatty acids, which is one of the primary reasons why chia is an important thing to add to the diet, especially for vegans. So, we can do them either thick or thin. Either way is fine. When you get them thick, the chia crackers in particular, when you get the chia to be about like 3 millimeters high in thickness, the consistency is really, really interesting. It reminds me of, excuse my use of evil American corporate brand names, but Triscuit crackers that I had when I was a kid. The consistency of the chia really is the exact same as that, but they taste so much better. So yeah, you can either be really meticulous about this and get it really even, or you can just have it uneven and certain parts will be thicker than other parts. It's really up to you. I'm not going to go too crazy with this right now because I don't mind it being uneven personally. And then we can add some salt. You can actually add a lot of things to it if you'd like to, but really, you don't even need salt. They're really good just as they are. But I'll go ahead and give a little sprinkle of salt on this one, and then I'm going to show you guys the other way to do this, which is very mildly more complicated, but it yields a different result. So I'm going to put this in the dehydrator at 103 degrees, and after about 8 hours or 6 hours, the top will become dry, and then you can flip it over and pull the dehydrator sheet off, because I don't know if I showed you guys that. There's little sheets, and that's what keeps it from getting stuck to it and once it dries. So anyways, I'm going to put this in the dehydrator, and then I will come right back and do another one. Okay, the second method here, we're going to use the blender for. So, the reason why this method is desirable is because it allows you to reach a completely uniform consistency, so you can get, I guess, cleaner or more professional looking crackers. But the other main benefit is that it's going to break down all the seeds, so all the beneficial nutrients and the omega acids are going to be more accessible to your digestive tract. Chewing up these crackers, I have to be really diligent about making sure that I'm cracking all the seeds while I'm chewing it, or else they're going to go through the digestive tract and not really be utilized all the way, which is a shame with something as nutrient dense as chia. So let's go ahead and pour a lot of this into the blender. That's plenty for now. Get the lid, and then we're going to go ahead and turn it on. Now you don't want to blend it so much that's going to produce much heat, but that looks pretty good. Looks kind of like a weird color, but it looks thoroughly blended, and that is what I was seeking to do. So pour this out on the dehydrator sheet. Spread it around just as we did with the other one. See, the kind of funny thing I noticed too when you're making these crackers is I've been away from the house for a day before when I had my dehydrator on, and when I came back they were dry on both sides, because as they dry they curl, and it will pull the bottom half of it off of the tray and thus begin drying. So kind of interesting. You really can just leave it, I guess, if you aren't available to flip it over, or if you just don't feel like flipping it over. Yeah, this is a lot easier to spread around, definitely. Try to get it somewhat consistent here. And I'll post some pictures of this batch when it's done, because it will be a lot different looking, or this tray, I mean, will be a lot different looking than the ones that I showed you I had already made. Okay, I'm going to go put this one in the dehydrator. I'll put a little bit of salt too. This is red Hawaiian Alea salt that I'm sprinkling on there, which is very mineral dense. One of the things that people critique the vegan diet for is a lack of omega acids, and hemp seeds and chia seeds are two of the main things that should be added in order to make sure that we are getting an adequate amount of omega acids. But they're also found in a lot of other vegetables, and probably sprouts too. I'm not sure on that one though. Sprouts have just about everything. They're very special. Okay. This one, we're going to do a mix, which I've never done before, but it seems like a cool idea. So these crackers will have some of the crunchy ness of the whole seeds, but also a base of the ground seeds. So this is a cool experiment here. And like I said, with flax seeds, it is the exact same thing. I started out doing the flaxseed crackers. There's a lot of people do those online I've seen. The chia, I've never seen anybody else do the chia. That was my own thought in creating these, but I've been doing them for years, and it's really versatile. I mean, if you're eating cooked food also, you know, they're great with like hummus and stuff like that, but I mainly use them for raw food because they're just so special, and they're a really cool thing to add to the raw diet, so I like to use them for my raw foods. Yeah, like I said, the cheeses or any of the veggie dips, like I've posted a couple of recipes for those so far. Or raw soups, you can have some crackers with your soup. Yeah, these are real fun. A lot you can do with it. A lot of times I'll take the final cracker and put like a layer of the cheese on it, and then like a little bit of lettuce or spinach, and then like a little bit of tomato or green pepper or something like that. And you know, you can put a sprinkle of like turmeric or cayenne on it or something. You can create some nice little fancy hors d'oeuvre looking things like that. So, all right, this one's just about done too. I'm gonna go no salt on this one, just because don't really need too much salt. So I'm gonna go put this in the dehydrator too. But that is it. That is how you create raw vegan chia seed crackers, and they are a very healthy thing to add to the diet, and they are super tasty. So I hope you all enjoy. Have a great day.